Greetings, everyone, from Sacramento. The Kings playing host to West. So the Rockets win the tip. Here's the starting group for Houston. Beverly and Harden are the 1 and the 2. Anderson is out there with Trevor Ariza. Then it's Nene in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
And after all the dust had settled in the Houston coaching search, the Rockets turn to Mike D'Antoni to take over the reins. Mike D inherits a team that underachieved and is in a bit of a transition phase.
Now here's Beverly. Defense is right there. Ariza has the open look, and it's good. He planted his feet on the pick and shielded the defender off.
Just phenomenal awareness by Beverly, just dishing the ball to the wide open man.
Prez passes to Young. Now the dish to Cousins. From beyond the arc, and Young just drilling the three there. Nice look.
And that's the shot that's dropping for Young when he is playing with confidence.
Anderson, a screen on Young. To the paint, layup off the pick. And there's Ryan Anderson on the assist from Harden.
Oh, you just love how Harden moves the rock. When a teammate is wide open, he gets it to him so fast.
Dishes it to Prez. Offline with his three. For Houston, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. And Beverly kicks to Harden. And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. And here's Anderson from the arc. Hits it from three-point range. Anderson's got 5 points so far.
He can be a weapon if he gets going early from long range.
Don't forget about him when he's spotting up like that and knocking him down like that. The offense has to keep getting him the run.
Here's Cousins. Another shot. Young dishes to Prez. The feed to Tolliver. Gay in the corner. Sacramento moving it around. Prez hits the three-point bomb.
Tell me it's not easy to admire the passion that Prez plays with, especially how he pounds the offensive glass.
Now here's Beverly. D right on him. Tipped away. Here's Prez. Here's Young. Prez passes to Young. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket. Young's got his 3rd basket of the night. Al Harden. He had a 30-point outing their last game against Toronto.
Well, and his overall aggressiveness leads him to camping out in the lane. It's a no-matter-what-you-do type scenario.
Kept alive.
Really surprised he clanked out. He makes those on the regular.
Out of bounds. Houston takes possession. We have a chance now to look at the teams that have created the most points off turnovers this season. Number 1, the Kings.
You know, it's not just the turnovers they're forcing. I mean, they're converting at the other end, and you know what? It puts a lot of pressure on you to play perfect.
Beverly with the ball. And right now he's averaging about 7 points a game. And James Harden hits from deep. Harden's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Sacramento's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. And Cousins kicks to Young. Cousins with a screen for Young. And again, it's Sacramento converting.
And when it comes to shooting, Cousins continues to stretch his range. That mid-range jump shot of his is pretty much automatic when the D plays off of him.
Young against Harden. Nene, the screen. He feeds it to Harden. Clock at 6. Harden draws the double. Beverly wide open. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Harden's got 3 assists in the game. Young in the corner. Rudy Gay on the wing. Ariza covering. Gay kicks to Cousins. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a 3-point play.
Oh, and Cousins just has the mentality that no one can stop him. Even when he gets hit, he has the talent to brush it off and still nail the shot.
The Kings shooting their first free throw of the game right now. Chris, make no mistake about it, DeMarcus Cousins is a legitimate threat from beyond the arc.
And with Cousins, it almost seems unfair to have a 7-footer with his build shooting threes. Now look, he shoots at a good clip. He can stretch out a defense if left unguarded. He's never going to become a jump shooting big by any means, but now you can't sag off of him on that perimeter.
The Kings leading. The pass to Prez. Here's the three. The rebound by Anderson. For Houston, they've gone 5 of 7 today so far. Nice shooting to get this game underway. And it goes down 2 points.
And what confidence from Beverly squaring himself up as the pass was coming his way. So he was ready to fire.
Prez dishes to Cousins. At the elbow, Prez drops it in from 14 feet away. Prez has got 5 points so far.
Excellent vision right there on that assist. Perfect setup.
Knocks it loose. Drops in the layup for 2.
Just a late reaction there from the defense, and he is always going to finish that one.
Rockets trail by 4. And so it looks like the Rockets will retain possession here. And a chance to compare steals versus fouls over the last 5 games and the season as a whole for Levens. Harden against Young. And Beverly kicks to Harden.
Really like seeing Cousins compete on the defensive end. An imposing force whose size really can scare some shooters.
Prez passes to Cousins. That one, no good. Some solid defense there by Nene. To the right side. Here's Beverly. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
Well, if you like offense, that's what you're getting here early on.
Well, both teams are continuing to move the ball and get outstanding looks at the basket as they quickly get out the gates.
And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession.
And a moment to see numbers for Prez. Averaging 23 points per game, almost 3.5 steals and 6 assists. And you look at his gaudy steal number.
Wake up out there. Come on.
Called here for the Rockets. This game coming on the heels of their win against Toronto.
And we've talked about how in the NBA you've got to earn your points the hard way, and that really wasn't the case in that game for them.
You're right. A lot of wide open spaces. They were running around undefended all night.
How about he has yet to miss 4-4 to start.
Inside, here's Cousins. Lays it up and banks it in. Cousins has got 7.
And that's just tremendous vision. Prez is such an unselfish leader for this squad.
The shot. Sacramento grabs the miss. They want to keep rolling here following the win against the Thunder.
You know, they played well enough to win, but to be honest with you, I just felt like their opponent's defensive performance was shaky at best.
I mean, you can say it. The defense was awful. They took away nothing and got scored on relentless.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
And a look at Prez there, just punishing the rim.
Oh, and you love the ferocity that Prez finished that playoff with. No layups for the big fella.
And Beverly gets to Ariza. Anderson the screen. Here's Harden. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Harden.
And let's check out some stats. Here are the numbers for James Harden. First in scoring, 5th in assists, and he's a defensive ball hawk. You can't let your guard down. Remember, he's 10th in the league in steals per game.
Darren Collison, he's checked in for Young. The Rockets also changing it up. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Nene. Beasley comes in for Anderson, and Gordon subbed in for Trevor Ariza. And you can see it in Prez's eyes. There is no way he's missing that 3.
And when he wants to hit from deep, it's almost as if he wills it in if you let him. And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Cousins dishes to Prez, and finished off by Prez.
And it's great to see Prez in attack mode, just wanting to shoot the ball every time he's open.
And Chris, when you look at the best rebounders around the NBA, it's interesting. Sometimes their teams rebound better with them off the floor. How do you explain that?
Well, you know what, Kevin? I think rebounding is different in all situations. I don't think that there's a litmus test or a statistic to prove anything about rebounding. If you look, I'm impressed with some of the best guards in this game. Westbrook, the Rondos, and others that have been known to lead their team in rebounding. I think it comes down to one thing and one thing only, heart. I think technique is second. A lot of guys may not have learned how to box out, but the athleticism in the league is such that in order to get a rebound, you're going to have to earn it. And so for me, I think a lot of times as well, if you have great teammates that can box out, a lot of times they get rebounds for guys by not letting it be that much competition inside the paint. So to me, rebounding is a personal thing, whether it's a team, it's team specific, but it doesn't matter how big or tall you are. If you can box out, if you have heart, if you have a motor, if you have a will, you should be able to go get some boards. To me, it's just about how much you want it. To be a starter in this league, to play over 28 minutes, 30 minutes, and not average 10 rebounds, I think you should be ashamed of yourself.
And the Rockets have a big fan base in Texas and the surrounding area, there's no doubt. But they also, Chris, have one of the biggest fan bases overseas.
I mean, well, let's be honest. The reasoning for the huge Chinese following, of course, was Yao Ming. Yao was not only an incredible player, but a huge ambassador for the sport and the Rockets. Amazing that his impact and fandom still can be found with the Rockets, even years after his retirement.
Capella, the pass to Beasley. Feeds to Beverly. Gordon against Collison. Gordon kicks to Beasley. Motiejunas has the open look, and that one comes up a bit short.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Collison kicks to Barnes. And now, here comes Gordon leading the break. And they pick up two. Gordon's got his second bucket of the night. Sacramento's gone 3 of 7 from three-point range in the first quarter. Prez dishes to Kufis. To the middle, here's Barnes. And count the basket, he was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more. The Kings trailing. Gay and Cauley-Stein fill up the forward spots. Prez out there with Young. And it's Cousins in at the 5 spot. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. Stolen by Harden. Poked loose. Prez passes to Gay. He kicks to Cousins. Young outside. Some nice ball movement here by the Kings. Here's Prez. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession. Well, we've seen some defensive wizards among the NBA's freshman class this season. Let's now take a look at the rookie steal leaders. Prez, number 1, and of course, just as young.
And really both showing a gift at the defensive end, applying pressure and picking pockets.
Gay kicks to Cauley-Stein. On its way from Young for 2, and they cash in right away with a quick shot. Young's got 9 points.
And really, Young is never going to pass up a catch-and-shoot opportunity. He's remarkably efficient with those kinds of shots.
Harden kicks to Anderson. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. And we see the growth of the three-point shooting big man, the stretch 4, if you will. Ryan Anderson was at the forefront, it seems, of that movement.
Yeah, especially at his volume of threes. He's never been just a secondary floor spacer. He's a go-to scoring threat with his outside shooting.
Anthony Tolliver. He's checked in for the Kings. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, a lot of Thunder fans still lamenting the trade of James Harden to the Rockets a couple of years ago when he became a superstar. But Harden doesn't. He said recently, "This is beyond my expectations. If I'd stayed in OKC, I'd still be in a good situation, but I don't think the sneaker deal and these other opportunities would have happened." He added, "Look, this is a grind. Every time you lose, you're blamed. For me, it's about continuing to work and focusing on what I can control. Kevin?
He deserves that top billing, DA. Thanks.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
And finished off by Prez.
Now that's just superhuman speed. Prez running the floor like a sprinter.
Knocked loose. Harden outside. And too long on the shot.
It's not winning basketball when you're attempting shots like that.
No, you're right. It's selfish on his part to attempt that. Should have passed it back out and tried to get a better look. He's been able to connect here in the second half after hitting one in the first. He's really had a rough quarter on the offensive side of the floor.
Gay dishes to Prez. Down low. And here we go. Fast break. Beverly's got it. Here's Ariza. No good with the triple.
He simply should not be shooting from out there. That's just not him. That's not his game.
Shot's good from Young.
I mean, he's just been huge today for his team. Without his hot shooting, there's no way they'd have the lead.
Beverly, the pass to Anderson. There's the pick. He dishes it to Harden. Anderson the screen. Here's Beverly. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Beverly's got 14 points.
Oh, it just seems as if Beverly is connecting on everything out there. I mean, when he's scoring at a good clip, the D has to be nervous.
It's Young on the wing, guarded by Harden. Out of bounds, Kings ball as Sacramento keeps possession.
And really no choice but to lunge for that pass to make sure it didn't get through.
Great resolve there on defense, allowing nothing easy.
Prez with the bucket.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And Beverly kicks to the net. Pass to Harden. Shoots off the screen. He scores with that shot. Now he's 3 of 8.
Oh, and that catch and shoot, Jay, from Harden is unblockable. Just quickly shooting off the pass.
Prez dishes to Young. Pass to Gay. From outside the arc, another 3 for Sacramento.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
It's trailed by 7. There's the pick. At the elbow, Harden. And it's Houston with another.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
Now here's Prez. He picked up 24 points in their last one against Oklahoma City.
And stealing the ball right and left. He was jumping the passing lanes. No one wanted to dribble against him. Total disruption.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
Harden kicks to Beverly. Back to Harden. To the inside. And stolen by Cousins. And oh, here we go. Gay's got it. The fast break chance. Offensive rebound. The kick out to Young. Pass to Prez. Puts up a 3. Another 3 for Sacramento.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Now a timeout called by Houston. Chris, it's been a few years now since you've returned. How do you feel?
I like what I see out there, fellas. We're playing like we want it more than them. Do not give them...
I think it's more of an emphasis on small ball, but I think it's the same in many different ways. But I just think that maybe the tempo, and I think the most obvious factor has to be the number of threes shot and taken per game. And if you're talking about Steph Curry setting records, breaking his own, the shots made per game.
Good analysis. Nene, the screen. And here's Ariza. 9-point game his last outing. And that one drops for him. Nene's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Young from outside. It's rebounded by Houston. Anderson's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Harden outside. Kicks it to Beverly. Just 5 to shoot. From deep three-point range, unable to get that one. Solid defense right there from Prez. Tolliver the pass to Cousins. There's the dish to Young. And watching the Kings, Chris, you can't help but think back to their glory years back in the early 2000s when you played for them.
Well, I'm happy to be a part of that 2002 team. We set the franchise best for the team with 61 wins that year. You love the way that team played just because of how they played. Beautiful ball movement.
Some changes for Sacramento. Kufis comes in for DeMarcus Cousins. And it's a Flalo in for Rudy Gay.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
Monianis kicks to Brewer. Off target from outside. Sacramento leading by 11. Aflalo dishes to Young. No one near Prez as he lets it go. Sacramento again missing. Beasley outside. Gordon a screen. Beasley kicks to Monianis. That one's in, his first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Prez passes to Young. Now here's Prez, covered by Brewer. Aflalo outside. Young with no one around. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Rockets trail by 9. It's tipped, and as it goes out of bounds, Houston able to keep the ball. And some changes. And so that's the end of the first half.
Keep it up, guys. You have some good momentum. Listen up.
A nighttime glimpse of the Tower Bridge, one of the landmarks here in Sacramento. Welcome back, everyone, to the capital of California. And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. We're seeing a tremendous game from Prez.
And the thing I noticed most in that first half was his offense. He was not wasteful with his opportunities and also did a great job of converting with the chances he had.
Yes, sound fundamentals. Lots of patience that led to that efficient scoring.
I'm Prez.
And on the floor for Mike D'Antoni starting the second half. Harden and Ariza, the athletic wing pair. Ryan Anderson out there with Nene, and it's Beverly in at the point. Harden kicks to Beverly. Here's Ariza. Offensive rebound.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
They grab their own miss. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. He's on his way to the free throw line.
He's just a tireless competitor. Have to body him up or he'll roast you on the offensive boards every time.
The Kings have made a little more than half their free throws today, 7 of 12.
And as a team, they're down around 72% for the season.
Young against Harden. Nene with the screen on Young. Dishes it to Anderson. They swipe it. There's the feed to Prez. Down low. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Harden. To the middle. And the rejection by Cousins.
And one of the things Cousins has continued to develop is defense. Really makes an effort to swat that shot away.
Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5 for 8 clip.
Almost uncontested. I mean, it's nice to be able to add to the lead without having to really work for it.
Man, it looks like the defense is just giving up.
And it's Beverly missing.
Oh, and that's yet another miss to start this second half. They are now 0 for 3.
Gay dishes to Cousins. Here's Prez. And what was that about? Not a good shot right there. Rockets trail by 18. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
To the inside. And it's Young. That time on the assist from Prez. Prez has got his 5th assist in this one. Now here's Beverly. He's guarded closely. Harden sets the pick for Beverly. He feeds it to Harden. Can they get it? And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
And they get one. Now 1 of 5 here in the third.
And Chris, despite his flaws, most would agree that Harden is the clear-cut best shooting guard in the game now.
Well, look, let's not beat around the bush. What we're saying is his scoring makes up for his defense or lack thereof. Now, Harden does bring other skills to the table that he doesn't get enough credit for. He's an incredibly strong rebounder at the 2 spot, and his playmaking is levels beyond other shooting guards.
And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
The Kings have gone 8 of 13 from the free throw line.
And just look, now with Cousins, we see him becoming that player everyone hoped he would become when he entered the league. It's strange to think he...
I love the energy, fellas. I really do. But now we got to keep it up and stay focused. Don't quit until the final buzzer goes off.
The players in the league out of that 2010 draft.
He's one of the best big men in the game, and his skills on the court have never been questioned, but his antics on the court have been. And that's what dropped his draft position. He can butt heads with his coach at times and doesn't hide any contention. This happened often enough in his career that he has to accept part of the blame for it. Even though he has been a man on a mission on offense, he still hasn't been able to help his team get the lead.
Prez passes to Young. He's looking for Cousins and finds him. That one doesn't drop.
And that was almost one for the highlights. The long-distance alley-oop, just a fraction off the mark.
Anderson the screen. From deep, Harden. The shot, no good. Good defensive work there by Young. Inside, here's Cousins. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Anthony Tolliver isn't a player most teams worried about in their scouting report, but he can hurt you if you give him space. He's a very strong shooter at the power forward position, and he commands attention.
And with Tolliver, Chris, he is great in the pick and pop situations.
And Kevin, he's strong rolling to the rim as well. Not many power forwards can be an offensive threat in as many ways as Tolliver can in the pick and roll. Not one of the more well-known players in the league, but there's a reason why he's always getting minutes.
Ariza against Gay. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Beverly. Basket made. That gives him 7 field goals in 13 tries.
And Kevin, when Beverly gets these shots inside, he's just remarkably efficient. He just has tremendous touch on these shots. Well, the crowning moment for the Rockets' franchise history has to be their back-to-back titles in '94 and '95. Jordan was out of the league, and it was time to shine for Houston. Hakeem Olajuwon led their team to their only 2 titles in franchise history.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. And with the Rockets' pair of titles, what a scrappy group of teams those were. Drexler and Olajuwon were the stars. But 1:03 left in the third. Collison kicks to Prez. Back to Collison. Out to the wing. Here's Prez. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison. Collison's got 6 assists here tonight. Houston's gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. Beasley kicks to Harden. On the wing, Eric Gordon. Back to Harden. And the jam by Harden.
I mean, and just think about it, Kevin. With Harden, he can score from just about anywhere, even the locker room. I mean, when he's scoring from a number of spots, the D is in for a long day. Takes what the defense allows. Has that soft floater in his back pocket.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. That one drops for him.
Oh, he has been dominant on offense. Who knows where they'd be in this game without his effort?
This is his second trip to the free throw line.
And, you know, guys, he had a big game at the free throw line in their last outing.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Here's Prez. That's a 2 from Barnes. And again, it's Sacramento converting. And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. And here are the Rockets now. Prez in at point guard. Kufis out there with Cauley Stein. Then it's Matt Barnes. And it's Collison in at the two-guard spot. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. Kings leading now by 22. Now the pass to Cauley Stein. The shot's good. Collison making the play. Cauley Stein's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Kings. And Brewer kicks to Gordon. And going into this last draft, some new rules allowing college players more leeway, Chris, to test the NBA draft waters. Do you like that change?
I do like that change. I like it for the team, so they get a little more time to examine players and study and see what they really want. And I really like it for the players. This is the biggest decision of some of these guys' lives, and being able to decide if you really want to go forward with it, or do you need a little more time, or evaluate where you are in the process. I think that's very important, and so I think it's a win-win for everyone.
Yeah. Great points. Maniunas' shot is good.
And Brewer does an exceptional job keeping his eyes up, always looking to dish the rock off to an open teammate.
Prez dishes to Barnes. At the elbow, it's Kufis. Barnes outside. Now Prez. And a great job by the D contesting that shot and forcing the miss. Gordon outside. That shot, no good. And it's the Kings taking it the other way. The biggest lead of the game was 24 points. So it's off to Brooklyn after this game as they have the next to look forward to. That will kick off a 6-game road trip for the team.
Yeah, heads-up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
On the wing, Eric Gordon. Feeds it to Maniunas. Sacramento grabs the miss. Kufis has got his 6th rebound on the night.
Well, he hasn't gotten much to fall, and it's costing his team dearly.
And he gets it to go.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Beasley kicks to Maniunas. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. Well, Modiunas is a pretty intriguing big man out of Lithuania, Chris. Sacramento's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Young with the ball. Here's Prez. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession. So for the Rockets. Nene, he's checked in for Clint Capella. Lisa comes in for Michael Beasley. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Eric Gordon. Now here's Beverly. Defense is right there. Harden outside. 6 on the shot clock. No good on the 3.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play.
Oh, the body control of Cousins. Knows how to get hit and still finish off the shot.
Chris, you played a long career, remained effective, even as you lost some of your athleticism. You hear some people say the game is 90% mental. How accurate is that?
I don't think it's 90% mental because you need physical attributes to be able to perform. But I think that it's 2 separate games. I think that one part of the game is mental and you need to be 100% on point. And I think the mental part is different from the physical. And so you have to be there 100% physical and you have to be 100% there mentally. And for me, the mental part was not only how to try to make players better or get other guys involved or win if we didn't even have the most talent, but it really was how do you adapt, how do you change your game when you've played one way your whole career, and how do you still be effective and dominant. And luckily, I was able to do that.
Well said. Prez with the bucket.
I mean, you can't guard this, guys. Prez is getting whatever shot he wants.
And Beverly kicks to Beasley. Beverly, the pass to Harden. That 3 off the mark.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed. Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Kings.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And this will be a big win for them. Lucky win number 13 now in the bag.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series. And what a huge standout performance it was for a player.
Well, he was obviously feeling it at the offensive end tonight. It was his energy, his efficiency, that put them over the hump in this game.
Now here's Beverly. Not a lot of room. There's a screen by Modi Yunus. Off the pick. That's short off the rim.
You can tell that's the game plan on defense. They don't want to allow him to take many shots inside.
Barnes kicks to Prez. Kufis dishes to Prez. Soft touch off the glass. Prez has got 37.
Just look at how quickly the lead has grown here over the last few possessions.
When one guy gets hot sometimes, it's infectious. And the team does too. That's what seemed to happen for them on that play.
Harden left side. Off the screen. Out of bounds. Rockets ball as Houston keeps possession. Here is Harden. And so it's Sacramento easily grabbing this one. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And that about wraps it up. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long and good night, everyone.